I want to speak about expectation and how an attachment to an expectation without fully committing tends to lead to depressive episodes. And we go through this a lot, especially spiritual seekers, because they learn a technique. They feel great. They've been working on manifestation. They have all these expectations for their journey. But the issue lies with commitment to this expectation. Now, what I mean by that, an expectation is a narrative. It's a story that you tell yourself. And with this story, with this narrative, there are outcomes that are very possible, and then there are outcomes that are completely not possible because they don't make sense within that narrative. Now, this is safe to live in this narrative when you are fully committed to the character. It's like trying to become a millionaire. If you are fully committed to the hustle, to the grind, you're working on your idea day in and day out, you're not worried about your competitors, you're not worried about what's going to happen, you should honestly feel safe with the outcome of you becoming a millionaire. However, if you want to be a millionaire and you're lazy, you want to go party, you want to go drink, you want to go do drugs, and you don't actually want to work on your project, you should not by any means expect yourself to be happy and expect this thing to actually blast off. Why? Because you're not embodying the being or the energy that would allow your reality to respond accordingly. And to put that simply, your being is the energy you project. If you're happy, you're projecting that positive energy to people, so they're going to bounce that back to you. Even if they're upset, they're bound to eventually shoot it back at you. Most people are just mirrors. If you're angry and that's the being that you embody, that's what you're going to project. You should expect to get that back. Just because mentally you're holding a thought and living through it, you could still lie to yourself about what you're actually projecting outwards. And that's what limits the thought from physically manifesting, going through the mental, emotional, and physical transitions. So with this, pay attention to your expectations, pay attention to your desires, and how you're actually lining up to them, whether it is to eat better, whether it is to love someone, to see a relationship through. Be honest with yourself if you're lying about, your food choices. You could have actually done better. You could have prepped better for this situation, and you knew it the night before, but you were too lazy to actually set yourself up for success. So it's not fair to expect yourself to actually go through the day peacefully and not crave the foods you're trying to avoid. If you love someone and you want a relationship with them, but you're being arrogant and neglecting the red flags and changing how you are acting towards them, then it's not fair to expect the relationship that you're seeing, because you're not actually embodying the person that is needed for that relationship to be the certain way. If you're holding grudges towards the person for things that they said, things that they did, you're not being the loving individual which you're imagining yourself to be. Expectations cannot be fulfilled when lying is there. Lying to yourself is one of the worst poisons. Just be truthful. Just be honest with where your expectation is and your attachment to it, and how you are actually fulfilling the role of the character that is needed to see this narrative, to see this story through. Anything is possible, but what is happening is a reflection of what you're giving out. Hope that makes sense. I'm gonna go to bed. Love you guys.